Hi Stampers! Welcome to Great Inspirations. My name is Kim Tolbert and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in southeastern Indiana. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, as you can see, I have some cards and a little box. And they all look very different than the cards I've been showing lately that have all been for fall and winter and Christmas. And I know we're a ways from spring yet, but to me these cards all look quite springy. And every one of them was made using the Hello Ladybug Bundle. And this is the stamp set, and it comes bundled with the Ladybug Builder Punch. Let's see if I can get that on there. And as you can see, this punches out a ladybug in the wings, which is this stamp and this stamp. And I have stamped all these images out for you here. Now I know that you can see them all on the case cover, and you can also see them in the catalog. And by the way, this stamp set is in the mini catalog, the January through June 2022 mini catalog, and it is on page 20 right here. But as you can see, it has the ladybug that you can punch out. Here are the wings that will punch out. These are the dots that fit into the wings, so it's sort of a two-step stamp set. Well, it is a two-step stamp set. And here's another ladybug image and its shell. Then there's the leaf, a couple of floral images, a floral center, a few dots, and some sentiments. May your greatest wish come true. You can bug me anytime. It's a good day. Hello. And my friend. So we'll take a quick look at what I've done. I just wanted to do some different things. So first of all, we'll start with this one. No ladybug. This is Flirty Flamingo with some black. I really like pairing Flirty Flamingo with black. And this is the Flirty Flamingo with gold ribbon that is found in the annual catalog. And I use this image and these little dots to make this thank you card. And the thanks is from the, I believe it's Big Wishes. I'll have to check that. Stamp set. So there's that one. And then we have this one, which was made using this image. And I just actually stamped 6 of the flowers. And I have mentioned this before in a previous video, but this image does not have a punch, but it really sort of goes with the medium daisy punch that is in the annual catalog, and I will show you the difference of why it really doesn't coordinate. And we'll start with, let me get the, here is the Daisy Lane stamp set, and this image is the one that coordinates with the medium daisy punch. So I stamped that image and punched it out, and this is what I got. As you can see, it has that little white border around it. Now, I stamped the image, this one, from the Hello Ladybug stamp set and punched it out. And this is what I got. And what you will notice is there's no white border. As a matter of fact, some of the ink from where I stamped stayed on the cardstock, the basic white cardstock. But I was okay with that. And I just thought, well, that's fine because I'm still going to use it. It was, for me, easier than fussy cutting all those little petals. And then to make these flowers, I believe I punched 2 each, and I just stacked one on top of the other. Well, like that. And you could also do a third one, just however many layers of little flower petals you would like. So that's how I did those flowers. Just for a little hello card. And now we have projects with the Ladybug image. For this one, I just used the punch and designer series paper. This designer series paper is from the Party Patterns, which is in the annual catalog, and you can get that with Stampin' Rewards. And all I did on this, it was white, as you can see, and I just took a blending brush with some real red, and when I got it the red I wanted, I punched it. So that's how I did that one. And this one, I just used a die cut, the I think Stitch So Sweetly dies, and stamped my image, a nice greeting. This grass is from Nature's Beauty, and there's the card. Now this one, little Valentine's card, I made using note cards. And note cards are a really great value. You get 20 of them. I believe they're $7, but I may be wrong on that. But they're not very much, and you get the 20 note cards in matching envelopes. These hearts were made with the Heart Punch Duo, which is a 2-punch pack, and it is in the annual catalog. The Valentine is from A Wish for Everything. So Valentine, you can bug me anytime. Now this is a little box. It's a 3x3 box. And I decided to make this box. And we've made boxes before, but I will, on my blog, I'll have instructions on how to make this box, and as well as the supply list for all these items. But these leaves right here, I just felt they needed dimension. And you could put this on a card. If you mail it, it will probably get flattened. But, if you want to hand deliver, you could put this element on a card. But the first thing I did after I stamped them was I ran them through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss with an embossing folder. And it really doesn't matter which one. It just gave it a little bit of texture. This one is the time-worn type, and there's just enough that it makes it look just a step closer to almost the real thing. And so what I did, I just stamped 3 of these. I fussy cut them. Then I folded them in half. And then, to get the leaves to kind of curl, I just took my bone folder and just curled under. And then these are attached together with glue dots, and then attached to the box with Stampin' Dimensionals. And the ladybug is attached just with some adhesive. But for her wings, I also just gave them a little curl. And on the inside of the box, I just put some more designer series paper. And there's that little project. Now, this stamp set, like I said, there are 2-step elements to it, in that you stamp one image and then you stamp the next image on top of it. But there's also, as I said, the punch. And let's talk about the punch for just a little bit. Now, as you can see, if you wanted to stamp and punch the ladybug and the wings at the same time, it can get kind of tricky. If you want to just punch one at a time, you just kind of slide one here and punch, and then slide one over on this side and punch. But if you want to stamp them at the same time and save a little, trouble and time, you can make a template. And all a template is you just punch. Now, these papers are 2 3/4 because that fits best in the punch. Oops, wrong end. And the length, I think this one is 4 or maybe a little over, and this one is a little under. The length isn't as important as the width. So I've made 2 templates. And the reason I did that is because if I am stamping, and I'm stamping on white cardstock, let me get a piece of white cardstock here. If I'm stamping with a white template, it's really difficult to see, even with the photopolymer stamps. And this set is photopolymer for me, in my eyes, I guess, to see. So I solved that problem by using colored cardstock. Then it makes it much easier for me to see where to stamp. But what we're going to do right now is talk about using the Stamparatus. So here's my Stamparatus. And like I said, this is a photopolymer stamp set. Let me get my blocks that we'll need in a little bit. So with it being a photopolymer stamp set, we will need the mat. And then I just put a piece of the grid paper here that is cut to fit the Stamparatus, and these are in these grid paper pads are in the annual catalog, or you can just cut the piece that you would like. I'm just getting out the stamps we'll need here. Okay. So what I do, we'll also need some ink. I didn't get any ink out. I guess I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. Oh, let's use some mossy. No, we'll use some Night of Navy. You'll be able to see that. So what I do, I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to put it just about 1 inch down, 1 square down and 1 square over. You could put it up here if you like. I just prefer not. And then I'm going to take my stamps and lay it right in there. I'm going to take the other one. Make sure I get it in there. Then all you have to do, close it up, pick up your stamps, get this all back in here nice and even. Then I remove that, I put my paper in here, 1 inch down and 1 inch over. So basically 1 big block down and 1 big block over. And then we'll ink up the stamps. Like I said, I'm just using some Night of Navy. Just maybe you'll be able to see it a little better. And we'll stamp them. Give it a good press. There we go. Then we'll take the punch. Now the one thing you want to make sure you do is when you have your template, you want to make sure that you lay it down in the same direction as your stamp or as your punch, because if you were to put it this way and then you stamp them, it's not going to work. So be sure the ladybug is to the left, the wings are to the right. Okay. Now we're just going to put this in here. I'll see if I can line this up without getting my head totally in the way. There we go. Give it a punch. There's your wings. And there's your ladybug. Now, if you don't have a stamparatus, it's not a problem. We'll clean these stamps off. My chamois. Now, I cut my chamois in pieces, so sometimes I just like a smaller piece to work with. We'll pull these off. Close this up, put that away. And now we'll bring in my blue template cut from the Balmy Blue cardstock. And this is pretty much exactly like what we did with the stamparatus, just without a stamparatus. But we're putting the cardstock right directly under the template. And you will want to either use washi tape to hold this down, or you could use painter's tape or just some kind of low-tack tape. I'm going to use, I have some temporary adhesive here, and I'm just going to put that right on there. Get this kind of lined up. And get our ink. Ink up the ladybug. And I'll line it up. If my head's in the way, I'm so sorry. I think I missed. Oh, not too bad. Then we'll do the wings. Oh, that is not good. Let's just kind of remedy that a little. Now, if I were making a card, I would not have done that. But this is just to give you an idea of what you can do to get both of your images that you want to punch on the same piece of cardstock and not have to punch twice. So we'll grab the punch. Put it in here. You know what? This is just a little bit too long. Let's just trim a little bit off there. There we go. I want to call that good. Punch. And there we go. There's the ladybug. So those are some tips for the Hello Ladybug Bundle that, like I say, it comes with the stamp set and it comes with this punch. And you can find that, again, in the mini catalog. Let's bring the cards back in. Here's the little box. Hello. Little Valentine. Thanks. And then our little floral card. And last but not least, the other floral card with the thanks. Now, this video accompanies my product detail blog post for January 17th, 2022. And in that blog post, you will find the supply list, directions, and other information about these projects and about the bundle. In the description of this video, there will be a link to that blog. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, stamp happy!